everybody. Well, what a day for day one of the Rolex Sydney Hobart for 2023. An incredible start with the maxis having Scallywag at the pin end of the line, with Law Connect nailing the boat end of the line, and a big shout out to both Whisper and Alive for brilliant starts as well. Andrew Comanche was in the dust a little bit of Law Connect, but managed to catch up as they headed towards the first turning mark. Law Connect was first around, however, broke a furling line and had to jibe around. While they did that, Andrew Comanche and Scallywag fought it out, and it was Scallywag who eventually took the honours around the final turning mark with a port and starboard incident, and Andrew Comanche flying a flag. Scallywag thereafter did 2 turns offshore, so it was all on. After doing my call for ABC Grandstand and the start with Chris Rowbottom, I headed offshore once again, and a big shout out to Cronulla Sailing Club for all of their help to make this happen, to a fleet of 103 boats who were effectively becalmed in next to no breeze. Can I just point out that this morning we had breeze from the west, the south, the east. It eventually settled in the, I'm going to say, easterly quadrant for the start of the race, with plenty of isolated storms. And once we headed offshore, there was absolutely nothing. I was with Andrew Comanche when the breeze started to fill in from the east, and they are still leading the fleet, though that fleet has now diminished to 100 boats, with the unfortunate retirements of Arcadia, Rum Rebellion, and the 100-footer Scallywag with a broken bowsprit, which we're really sorry to hear about all of those retirements, but Scallywag was doing so well. On IRC, given how lackluster the breeze was for a little section there, we'll say, the maxis are all in the top 3 spots. We have Andrew Comanche followed by Law Connect, and then Wild Thing 100. Can they continue to extend overnight? We're not quite certain. Can the little boats stay in touch? It's anyone's guess, given the weather is so variable and those isolated storms that I mentioned are going to come into play, and there's plenty of different routes, offshore, inshore and current, to come into play. I have no idea what's going to happen, but I do know that we're going to Hobart in the morning, and we'll continue to keep you posted.